right in the middle, carefully, hands out the way, right? Hands out the way, right? Chewy and delicious in a really positive way, right? Or pork, or lamb, right? Right, next job, I'm going to do the rice. I'm going to fill up a random mug, right, that you'd have a nice cuppa or a cocoa in, right? Put the pan on full whack, right? This is called the absorption method, right? A pre-made chapati, which is all right, but it ain't going to change the world, do you know what I mean? Right, the point is it takes 20 seconds to do that. And if I was just to use the other end of my... Oh, just go back to my nuts. Don't want to burn my nuts. Let me just put my nuts here. And my lovely hot nuts, right? Right? So I'm just going to quickly show you this pickle. Olive oil in a pan, right? You've got to have poppadoms with a curry, do you know what I mean? I've got some yoghurt here, which we'll use as a fire extinguisher, right? Just to cool down that curry, right? And you'll use, you know, lemon pickle, rice, yoghurt. It's all good. Do you know what I mean? Just put a small half bag of spinach in, right? I like taking the original piri-piri recipe. Right, we need to season that. I'm just going to put a little olive oil on this thyme here. Right, I'm just going to pop the temperature up a little bit, about 210, right? Right, we've got caramel, guys. Right, it's like molten lava. Right, and then just literally pour it on top, right? And as soon as you've done your business, we put the spoon in. Just get a spoon and take it out, right? For 5 seconds, right? Sort of a small handful of time, right? See, it's beginning to crush, right? The biggest raving idiot in the world can do this. Right, pancake mix for tomorrow, right, and then put a tea towel on top of that, right, onto these onions, right, the flour's going to act as that classic sort of thickener, right, let's say 4 or so teaspoons of horseradish, right, think of that as a bed to put your meat, right, in here it would have rested, right, and you'll have that juice that naturally comes out of it, right, it is gorgeous. Right? All I've got to do is bang these little bad boys, melting the fat, right? It's not luck that it's good, do you know what I mean? And rubbing it in and sort of getting stuck in, do you know what I mean? OK, let's check my nuts. So I've got my nuts done. Japanese quality sushi chefs, do you know what I mean? And just put it to one side of the board, right? Here we go. Right, and that's what it's all about. Right, so get your tubs of pre-cooked rice pudding, right? Here we go. Right, so... Right, in there as well, to give me absolute pimpage going on, like killer flavour, right? And then oregano, dried oregano, right? 100, 100, 100, 1 egg, all right? Right, check your pasta. Just get yourself a mug of water, right? Right. Here we go. In that kind of watery core, right? It's sticky, using fingers, picking it, sucking it, licking it, and another little pan for my nuts. A sort of mushroom fest, right? Just give it a light season at the beginning, right? You want this salad to have a little bit of acidity, right? Right, at the moment, if you don't get this bit right, it won't be right. 12 drips, you know, of lemon juice, right? Right, last ball done. Right, so I think that oil is pretty hot now. Right, let me show you how to do one. Investing in that one vanilla pod, right, just seems to be like a little poke of specialness. Right, I'm going to make the most incredible soup. Right, I'm going to use this top part for garnish. Right, let them sweat off for a couple of minutes. Sweet and soft and chewy like candy, right? It's beautiful. A piece of mint, right? Mint and fruit and cheese and salty cured ham is amazing. Tiny little bit of olive oil, right? Bresaola is an Italian cured beef, right? Using this little masher, right? Parboil it for 10 minutes, right? Listen, when it comes to a roast potato, like, you don't want to muck about. I mean, you want it to be the ultimate. You know, the fact that we actually could be bothered just to squeeze it, right? Salt and pepper, right? Right, just toss up the beets. I'm interested instead of throwing them in the bin, right? Gennaro, I ain't looking up because I always stitch him up, right? Right, get the garlic. As soon as that toast.
Oh, fantastic.
Right. Right. Here's the thing with bubble and squeak, right? And it will look like death, right? But when you put that in your mouth, la, you could be naked and not even know it. Right, that's perfect. Here's the thing, right? Here's the theory, right? I've got a jar of oil of Ulay right in my gob and smashed out my teeth. Look, you're absolutely right.
OK, could you do the same with...
All the brothers out there, you'll feel my pain. There you go. Have a little toss-up over there, darling. Right, Tiger, we got red and green chilli. Blip away. Blip.
right? Right. Here's one I made earlier. Right. I'm sure you've got a bleeding opinion. Right. Now, also, another little
Let you
thing.
off.
Right. Round the edge, please, don't leave that for the dishwashing, right? If you ever had the pleasure of getting that in your gob, it's going to put a big old smile on your face. Is that nice?
Right, I've got the new potatoes on. You can peel your mushrooms, right? We've got the coarse grater attachment on here, right? A little bit of salt in there, a little bit of pepper in there, right? Just on the top like that, instead of butter, right? So that's a good move, right? And, of course, rocket or watercress is just brilliant with this, right? Down again, right? And you can already see what's happening on here, right? The resting juice out of this steak, right? And then, of course, you're left with this, right? Before you kind of serve them up, right?